Good morning, guys. It's Maggie and I am back today with Nova. We've got her feet right here on Vlogmas Day 5. So I don't have a ton of holiday updates. Well, I have one little one that I will show you a little bit later. But unfortunately, even during the holiday season, still got to take care of our health. And I have a few appointments upcoming, I think all before Christmas Day. And today I have pelvic floor therapy, so I will be going to that shortly. I will say I feel very fortunate because I've seen a number of friends online have some flares with their Crohn's and wind up going to the ER and hospitalized, and it kind of makes me reflect back on previously hard holiday seasons like 6 years ago. It is, I think when I post this, I think it'll actually be exactly 6 years since I had proctoclectomy surgery. And if you're unfamiliar with that, it's where I had my colon and rectum removed and then the anus was closed, which is a pretty major surgery. And I remember that holiday season, but at the same time, it is kind of fuzzy. There are certain points I remember, like going Christmas light looking. I think it was Christmas Eve. And I remember being on some pain medications, but also still very much in pain. Not really supposed to be sitting, but sitting in the car, tilted on my side a little bit with my waffle pillow. And I remember just like wanting to see more and more lights. There's some houses that we know of that are really good to see. And kind of like pushing the limit for the first time and being miserable because I knew we needed to head home early. Like I could feel my butt splitting. I was like, no, we gotta go. Right? You weren't there for that, but I'll tell you when you're older. It was, I was glad I got it done. I got it done on Friday the 13th of all days. But it was definitely a difficult time to get that kind of thing done. So anyway, I've got a little squirmy worm. We'll talk about that more later. Got a little squirmy worm here who's scooting. You just scooted out of your pillow. Ma'am, what are you doing? Yeah. So, what are we doing? We sitting on something? Mommy sit on this? Let me turn that off. I just turned this off. Do you see this? What's it doing? Anyways, I'm going to get her fed shortly. Get you upstairs for a nap because Daddy is not feeling good. So if I can get you napping before I go, then he can sleep in a little bit longer, right? Yeah, this bug has now, like, it's just going back and forth between Zach and I. It's miserable. And I have a tooth update to tell you about, but I am now going back to thinking maybe this is just a regular bug, and maybe my tooth is like not helping the situation. But since Zach has also been sick off and on, like it's so weird. We'll get better and be like, it was a short cold, and then it'll come back. So right now he's down with it and I feel okay. This is miserable, isn't it? I know. Mommy and Daddy just both want to feel 100% for you. And unfortunately, we don't. But, okay, girlfriend, we gotta get you fed. Oh, thank you. You're putting your feet in my mouth. Thanks so much. Yeah. Get you fed. Get you snoozing. Oh, thanks for pulling my shirt down. Show YouTube that? Yeah. Ah, jeez. and then I'll hit the road for pelvic floor therapy. And we'll see how that goes today. It is so cold. All right. Let's turn the heat up. Let's get on our way. That's too loud. Let's get on our way to pelvic floor therapy. Okay, I am all done pelvic floor therapy. Again, I feel like we're finally, I don't want to say like making a breakthrough or anything, but we are learning that my sensation when it comes to where my rectum and anus used to be is just kind of messed up, and I don't really understand the depth or have, I guess, my full feeling back there, which makes sense with the surgery, but I just, I guess I never realized it before. It's wild, because she was placing pressure towards the back during the internal exam, and she's like, do you feel that? I'm like, no. Why did that just take a picture? All right, dash cam. So I don't know. And then I asked her, like, how far are you in there? And she's like, you know, a little bit. I'm like, it feels like you're this far in. And the really painful point that I have, it's really deep back there. It's actually not as far back as I thought it was. Because I asked her about how far, like, could you show me about how far back is my really painful point? She's like, maybe that far. I'm like, what? What do you mean? I thought it was this far back. I don't know. It feels like it's so far up inside of me, and it actually isn't. So what I am going to work on is I'm actually going to get out my intimate rose dilators and use a mirror so I can tell actually how far and try to connect it back to my brain, because there is a huge disconnect. And she's like, that's probably your brain trying to protect you from all your surgeries and, you know, the pain you've had there, by telling you that you're a lot further in than you actually are, so things don't get close to the painful points. So that made a lot of sense. And that can kind of disrupt a whole lot in the pelvic floor. She also, something really interesting, she was working on my belly a little bit with all my scars, and she felt crepitus in my left ribs. I was like, wait a second, hold up. Like, I said, wait, this is crepitus as in like the little bubbles popping? And she said, yes, exactly. And I had told her I thought that was just like a post-op thing, because I actually had a very, very severe amount of crepitus after, I think it was my proctocolectomy surgery. And it was on one of my sides, I don't remember, but it's like bubble wrap under your skin. And it's, I thought, usually associated with post-op, where you can actually like rub against your skin and hear and feel popping. It's creepy. And when I had it, it was so interesting. Like, I was telling everybody to feel it, because it's something you don't see very often, or at least I hadn't in my nursing career. But I had it on myself, and it's bizarre. It's a very bizarre thing to feel. She said she actually felt some, and so I was intrigued and kind of creeped out. I said, I haven't had any surgery in, you know, over a year now. So that's wild that there's some in my left ribs, and there wasn't any in my right. So I don't know, I might have to go feel that later. That freaks me out, because that was a really freaky feeling. If you've ever had it, it's wild. It's wild to feel. But anyways, we're all done pelvic floor therapy. I have another appointment in 2 weeks, and then I'm personally going to space it out to every 3, just because I actually don't have confirmation of whether my insurance is going to reimburse me. I submitted a bunch of my super bills, and they accepted 2, like, to review. The rest, they said that they couldn't read the diagnosis code. It's a digital copy. They 100% could. So I got to resubmit a whole bunch of them, plus some new ones. And I haven't heard anything. It's been at least a couple weeks since I submitted it. Some of you guys said that I should follow up on it, because sometimes they'll just sit there and act like they didn't get them and do nothing about it. We'll have to see. Anyways, I'm going to text Zach, let him know that I'm on my way home. Actually, let me see if Novi's still asleep. My guess is she's not. Never mind, her bedroom camera seems to be off. Okay. All done. Heading back. Let me plug my phone in so we can have some tunes. Oh my gosh, on the way here, I was an idiot. I was jamming out to my tunes a little too hard and missed my turn. I had to do a U-turn. I looked like a total idiot. Whatever. It's fine, but missed my turn. So it took me an extra minute to get here. Anyways, let's head home. Go see Novi and see Zekers, and I'll share more of the day and share what I did Christmas-wise. Okay, I've been home for a little bit, but Zach is not feeling well today. He ate breakfast and it didn't stay down long. So I will come back to you tonight to show you my Christmas thing, because you can't really see it too well during the day. And then I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow, because, you know, Looks like it's gonna be a rough day. Okay guys, it is still the same day. I just took off my makeup and I have castor oil around my eyes and I have chapstick on, so if I look shiny, that would be why. It's actually not that late at night. It's like 9:30, not even quite that. Zach is already in bed. He's thrown up a few times today. He's not feeling good at all. It's not good. This is the illness from hell, okay? I don't know what it is, or if we're just getting multiple bugs back to back to back, or this is the same bug and it's just presenting itself in new ways every week. I don't know. I'll be honest with you, I'm a little bit terrified. Stomach bugs and ostomies do not go well together, so I'm like Clorox wiping everything, all the handles, the light switches, anything that we both touch, because I know that's like selfish to think about, but we do have to think about that, because that's going to be a big strain on both of us if I get the stomach bug. I don't know if that's what it is. It's not like norovirus. He's had that before where he's thrown up every hour. He's thrown up a couple times today. It just has not been great. I don't know if he picked up something because he just had a little trip down to South Carolina, hence the new sweatshirt. You'll probably see me in, wearing this quite a bit from now on. It's very cozy. But he came home from the trip. I picked him up at the airport and he's like, man, I want to go to bed with Nova. And we did. Her bedtime was 7 o'clock. So we got into bed and I was pretty worn out because it was just myself, Nova, and the dogs for a couple days. So I fell asleep right away. But then the next night, he's like, I want to go to bed early. Now it's the third night where he's going to bed early. And if you know anything about Zach, he is a night owl. He'll be up till 2, 3 a.m. So I know he's not feeling good. Anyways, long story short, let me show you what I worked on yesterday. And you're going to laugh because me being short, I didn't finish it. Let's go outside. I'll let the dogs out too. I've got Holly and Dixie. Holly, you want to go out? Holly. Come on, Holly. There goes Dixie barking. What are you barking at? It's freezing cold. Ooh, the moon is spooky. Do you see the moon? That's Dixie. But this is... Oh, no! What? Dixie! Dixie! Stop it! Okay, well those lights were on when I put them up. That's fabulous. That's wonderful. So glad. You flippin' kidding me? I was all excited to show you. Anyways, this is the part that I did not finish. This is just hanging because I want it to go up there and I can't reach it. I can't freaking believe that. That's a brand new set of lights. Just open them. Are you freaking kidding me? Well, there you go. Okay. Dixie, come on. Don't eat dirt. Come on. Ah, jeez. Okay, I'm going to catch up with you guys tomorrow. Ah, what a day. What a day. I just touched the handle. I'm going to go wash my hands. Good morning, guys. Okay. It's pretty early in the morning. Novi let out a little cry around 6:15. It woke me up, but then she went right back to sleep, and I was awake. So, it's a few days later, and I'll tell you about Zach. I'll tell you what's been going on with my own health, but I know that the last clip was me showing you the lights being screwed up. So let me show you them now. It's early, like I said, so the sun is coming up. Let me turn them back on. Apologies if you see my bra. Oh, no, you can't. You're good. Okay. Look, Zach fixed the lights. Oh, it's so pretty. I just heard a cat. I heard a cat run. But look at that. He switched out these lights, so now there's no blank spot in the middle. And then he got all the way up there. Isn't that nice? So that way Santa knows where he's heading. Okay, I'm going to head back inside. You can see the sun. See that? Oh, that's pretty. We don't see that too often, do we? Oh, that's nice. Ah, Santa's coming. Not for a few more days, but I'm gonna head back inside, let the sun rise, listen for Novi. I'm doing a little bit of editing, and I'll catch up with you on the tooth and the pelvic floor therapy. I have an update there. That's not great. And how Zach's feeling now. Okay, we're going to use the computer light for me to update you. The sun's rising, but it is taking its sweet time. I don't know if it's cloudy out. It kind of looks like it might be. Okay, so let me update you because it's actually been a few days since the last clip. Zach is feeling so much better. When he is sick, I love him. I love him, okay? He's miserable. He is miserable to be around. That lasted for about 2 days. He just, we don't know what it was. Was it a stomach bug? Did he get maybe some food poisoning or something at the airport, or, you know, wherever he went in South Carolina? I don't know, but he was just not feeling good at all. He lost weight, like, ew. So I was kind of paranoid, and I was trying to clean everything, as I had already mentioned. I cleaned all the doorknobs and light switches and anything I thought, you know, he's touching frequently that I also need to touch. Yeah, I was definitely worried. And I don't mean to make it about myself. I was worried about Zach because I don't want him feeling bad. But thankfully, when he gets sick, he can fight it off. He can fight it off and survive at home. With stomach bugs, that's the one thing that is my weakness. I don't survive them at home. Like, I gotta go get some IV fluids to make it through, just because I've got nothing in my intestines to help slow anything down. So when they're trying to clear out, I can't rehydrate. Like, I lose it too quickly to replace it. So anyways, we're all good there. He is doing much better. He's been doing much better for a few days now. And knock on wood, everybody else in the house is doing okay. Which makes me think that maybe this was some sort of like food poisoning as opposed to a stomach bug. He thought it was a stomach bug because it lasted about 72 hours. But I don't know. I've seen him with norovirus before, and that was vicious. Like, it was actually Christmas Day years ago. He got norovirus. He started throwing up in the middle of the night between Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And he was up at least hourly, puking his brains out. And it lasted, I think it slowed down by the evening of Christmas. And I remember Christmas Day, I just spent making like a stock. I had some veggies in the fridge. I made a veggie stock, put some salt in it to try and get him some sodium. So that's what I did this time. The second day that he was throwing up, I did that. I put some bone broth in and some different veggies and egg noodles in the hopes that that would help rehydrate slowly. He could just sip on it and maybe it would taste good. But we're doing okay here. We're doing okay. The other thing I need to tell you about is pelvic floor therapy. It's not covered, guys. My insurance denied it. I have spent, I don't know how many times I've gone at this point, but it's about $200 an appointment out of pocket. And my insurance denied it. Zach, like, I feel like I don't have the willpower to do this. And I know that's awful because I want to advocate for the best things for people dealing with chronic illnesses and stuff, but it's like, I just don't feel like it, you know? I just don't have the willpower right now to do it. Zach wants to do it though. I'm so grateful. He's going to try and appeal with our insurance. I don't even know how that works. I've never submitted anything myself for reimbursement. He wants to try and appeal it multiple times to just be annoying to see if we can get it covered. Because it's helpful and I'm making progress. And it took a little bit to get there, but I feel like I'm actually making some breakthroughs and really understanding what's going on down below, especially with my previous surgeries. to hopefully get me to a better point, like even potentially help with the phantom rectum that I get. And I get that kind of frequently. It's not awful. Used to be awful, but now it's, you know, it's much better than it used to be. But it's still, when it happens, very annoying, especially during pregnancy. So, you know, I'm just... Zach's good at that stuff. He is good at getting on the phone and bugging people. I am not. I have never been. So we'll see how that works out. And the last thing I gotta tell you about has to do with my teeth. The tooth that needs the root canal cracked. Can you believe it? It was when Zach was in South Carolina. It was the night after he went to the airport. I was doing my routine that I have to do at night because they have me... what they had me doing originally was like a chlorhexidine mouthwash, putting that into our water flosser and doing that. But then I had to switch to putting Listerine in there. And so I was doing that, doing the water flossing, got to the back where it is. And all of a sudden it was like a release. And all this stuff came out. And I was like, ew, gosh, I must have eaten a lot and it got stuck back there. And when I looked in the sink, I realized there was a piece that definitely was not food. And so I poked it. And then I felt with my tongue and I was like, oh, it feels different back there. Uh-oh. It was a small piece. But can I tell you something? It feels so much better. And maybe that piece was like holding in a little bit of infection and now it's able to clear out. Even the sensitivity has gone down. I know. I'm kind of glad it happened. It was such a small sliver of tooth. I know it's not a good thing. I know your tooth cracking is not great. But it was such a small piece that I barely feel. If I put my tongue back there, I can tell it's a little bit different. But food is not getting stuck in that spot anymore. And so it just, you know, it's clear. And it feels so much better. I'm thinking that this is not the first time this tooth cracked either, because I would say it was probably somewhere in the middle of pregnancy, I started having issues with food getting stuck between the wisdom tooth and the tooth that needs the root canal. And it had never been like that before. And it felt like there was a pocket between those teeth, and it had never felt like that before. So I'm thinking a piece must have broken off on the back side of it, and I didn't notice. And it allowed food to collect back there. And now it just, you know, another piece broke off. It feels better though, I'll tell you what. But I still, you know, I've got my oral surgery appointment, my consult coming up. We'll see when all of that can get scheduled. And then I have another dental appointment for the left side of my mouth to do my gums, to do whatever. I think there's, I think she maybe filled all of the cavities that she could without drilling. She may have. I don't really remember. So I'll have that on Christmas Eve. Zach's is also on Christmas Eve. So we're going to have a little bit of a hectic back and forth. I think my appointment's at 9:20 and his is at 11:20. So and it was a long appointment. I was there for a couple of hours. So I'm going to have to tell her, hey, we didn't schedule it this way. His appointment was originally much later in the afternoon, and then they forgot that they, I guess, did a half day on Christmas Eve. So they scheduled him for when they would have already left. So they moved him into the morning. We're gonna have to let her know, like, hey, be speedy, all right? Because I gotta get home so Zach can get the car and we can trade off Nova and he can come in time for his appointment. Hopefully it's quick. I'm thinking it is because all the x-rays and stuff are already done. It took a while for them to make a plan for me. We're not doing that this time. It's just going to be taking care of the gums on the left side, like scraping the teeth. Right now I'm also doing a special toothpaste that has a lot of fluoride in it. So I don't know. I'm doing what they're recommending. I feel good with their plan. I have to trust, you know, what they recommend. That's like the unfortunate thing about anything with your health. You kind of have to put your trust in the professional and hope that they're leading you the right way. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, as we've seen. as I've seen with my own health. We'll have to see how everything works out. I appreciate the people that they're like, hey, we realize how expensive dental stuff is, and we're gonna watch your video to the end to try and help. It's been a month of just expense. I mean, we knew Christmas was coming and there's gonna be an expense there, but we did not expect my car, and we did not expect our teeth. And our insurance just, I don't even know why we have it, to be honest. I almost wonder if we didn't have dental insurance, would this be cheaper? Who knows? Who knows? It's so expensive. I think my first appointment was over $600. Christmas Eve, they said about $350, I want to say. Zach's was $400 and something the first time. And oh God, Christmas Eve is, whatever. That's everybody right now dealing with all of the insane expense of life. We'll get through it. You have to. That's what you do. So anyways, those are my updates. I know this wasn't a super fun Vlogmas video, but it's kind of interesting. I started off with the idea of talking about hard holidays that I've had in the past because of my health. It feels like around the holidays is when I've always had issues with my Crohn's. As a teenager, every time that I was hospitalized with a flare with Crohn's, it was somewhere between Halloween and Christmas. And I have memories of being discharged, or being admitted to the hospital in the fall, being discharged in December. That was the weirdest experience, because I had my ostomy surgery, I think it was October 14th, and then I got discharged early December. So it was warm going in, or not warm, but there were still some warm days. And when we were driving out of the parking garage, which I went to Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, that's where I had my care as a kid, and that's where I wound up working as a nurse. One of their old garages that I don't believe exists anymore, it's the Wood Building, if you're familiar with the area. You drive up and out of it, and I remember as we were driving up and out of the parking garage, it was snowing. And it was the most bizarre, because in my mind, when I went in the hospital, it was still, there were warm days. It was like fall and pumpkin patches and all that stuff. And it was, in my brain, it was still like that because I hadn't been outside in 5-6 weeks. So when we drove up and, the cool air hits because the window was still open from paying the parking, I was like, what's going on? This is so weird. And then just to immediately dive into the holiday season as my body was still healing, it was weird. So the holidays have always been a time where I feel like my health has wavered. This year is yes, but not because of Crohn's. So I'm very grateful for that. The things that I'm experiencing right now are pretty typical. Pelvic floor issues after having a baby, and teeth issues, which a lot of people deal with. And I know I've had a few people comment, well, why don't you take care of your teeth? You should have taken care of your teeth. Learn the hard way. I get it. Life has been, I don't even know how to describe the last 6 years, exactly 6 years on the day that this is going live. But it has felt like back-to-back issues with my body, with my kidney, with my colon and rectum, with my sinuses, just so many sinus infections, even a few UTIs thrown in there. What else? My ectopic pregnancy, infertility stuff, and then miraculously getting pregnant on my own. That stuff has just taken my attention, and you have to prioritize things to what you can handle. And it felt like I couldn't handle my teeth. Like you reach a breaking point at some point. And now I feel like, I've got Novi. I really need to take care of my body. I've got somebody that I want to be in top health for. And life feels calm enough to do that now. because I'm not just dealing with these ridiculous things that require lots of surgery. So it feels good that I'm taking care of it, and I'm so glad to see in the comments that many of you have made your appointments too, of things you've been dreading and things that just get put on the back burner because you're prioritizing other stuff that you have to handle. So anyways, guys, lots of gibberish. Oh, there goes an SD card I just dropped on the ground. Thank you so much for watching today. Oh goodness, Vlogmas Day 5. All right, well, I will see you for Vlogmas Day 6, and let's hope it's a little more cheerful. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you are looking for a way to help support my channel, consider liking this video or even subscribing. You can also check out my store at LetsTalkIBD.shop. I have stickers and hoodies like these guys over here, just related to chronic illness and inflammatory bowel disease, something fun. And I also have a coupon code for my YouTube watchers. You could also become a member of my channel like the wonderful people scrolling on screen here. They've become a member and they have access to videos a little bit earlier. It's a great way to support my channel, and really, just watching my videos means the world. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next.